Hello. Good morning, good evening, whatever time of day. Welcome to Everybody Yoga with Megan. I am Megan, and today's meditation was about finding somewhere internally, externally, when you feel out of integrity with yourself or out of sync, to come back to center. So this idea that we can create an exterior room we can go into to breathe and pause with no distractions. And then eventually, as we train our bodies to relax kind of on demand, that room is within us. It's in our mind, it's in our hearts, and we can close our eyes, close our ears, and turn inward for just a bit, come back to center, and then refocus. And when we first start doing this, it takes longer than when we're more practiced, just like anything else, right? Once we know how to do it, we can just jump right in and get it done. So I encourage you to create a space, even if it's in a closet, right? Put a pillow on the floor, maybe a salt lamp in the corner, where you can just get away when you need a moment. And then eventually, that space becomes mental space, and then you're able to self-regulate and really not let other people get you out of integrity with yourself. I mean, we're all responsible for staying in integrity, but you know what I mean, like not be triggered. Anyways, let's get started in child's pose. I always love blocks, so keep them handy. We just don't know where the day will lead. We're going to settle into some breath here. And do that a couple of times. Big inhale, loud exhale. Press your weight into your hands, lifting your elbows up. Shift your right arm back a little bit, left arm long towards the center of your mat. Twist and press down. Other side. So just giving a nice side body stretch. And come back to center. You can continue to stay here, or if it feels good in your body, come to puppy pose. So the knees are going to touch the back of the mat. Tailbone high, drop your chest. Press back up. Let's take some cow-cat, coming into a tabletop position. And just gently articulating the spine. So in iRest, they call this internal place of coming back to center your internal resource. It's this same idea of creating a safe space inside your body physically, where your heart rate can slow, your breathing can become controlled. Come to a neutral spine, and you can really spend your energy coming to safety. Take your right arm, we're gonna thread it under, threading the needle. Oh Lord, Jonah's spine has been real grumpy lately. Wiggle the hips side to side, just a couple inches. And then see if you can really make sure you're pressing the tailbone to the wall directly behind you. Take your left arm, rise up. Some people are flexible enough to reach behind them. That's not me. But you try it. And come back to your tabletop. Pause for a moment. Just notice how the right side of the spine feels as compared to the left. I'm gonna actually scoot this way. Opposite side now, left arm threads. And then wiggle your hips side to side. And come to stillness. Right arm up. Back to tabletop. One more cow-cat here. All right, take a moment, grab a block or a pillow. We're gonna continue on working through the chest, shoulder, upper back. And we're gonna start laying on our belly. Arms, keep your block closed. Arms are gonna come to a goalpost, forehead to the mat. If that really hurts, put a block or a pillow under your forehead. Now grab your block, put it under your left elbow. Elbow should be even with the shoulder. Hand hangs down. Flex your hand and then rotate and lift your forearm off the block if you can. Just lifting and lowering. You might notice this is a very micro movement, and that's okay. Other side. Start by hanging for a few breaths, lower the belly button, relax the glutes. And then flex your hand and lift the forearm. block the leg here for a moment. We're going to come into a variation of fallen angel or starfish pose based on who you talk to. Right arm stays at the goalpost. Pick up your left leg, bend your right or your left hand so it's pressing into the mat. Swing it around. And then pause. Legs are long currently, opening across the chest. Bend your right leg. Bend your left leg. So left foot's on the ground if you can reach. Right foot is going to poke into that knee and create like a kickstand. So this is deepening the rotation in the spine, which should open the chest even more. Take deep, full breaths here. My foot is like, nope, we are not doing this. It's too intense. Two more breaths. Unhook the right leg, straighten the left, roll back onto your belly, and pause. So allow the blood flow to come back across the chest. We'll come to the other side. Left elbow is at a goalpost, pressing the body over. And then create that kickstand with the legs. Two more breaths. Unhook the legs. Roll back to center. One more breath. We're going to come into Sphinx pose here. Elbows are under shoulders. Twist and rotate palms down. Loosen the glutes, wiggle the hips for a moment. And then see if you can pull your collarbones apart. And ideally by doing this, that drops the shoulders away from the ears. So we don't want to be here. That sounds terrible. Here. And if the low back feels like it's kind of cramping or it's not appreciating this, walk your toes out just a tiny bit and push the pinky toe edge of your foot onto the mat. And then soften the knees from there. So that way there's like a full rotation in that leg bone. And tap the forehead down, belly savasana. And as you're ready, just flip onto your back. Pause with the knees bent. Let the top of the spine settle for a moment. Notice any catches anywhere. Arms down, palms up. Walk your legs out. Get rid of any last minute wiggles. Fix your hair or your shirt. Let your eyes close. Drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And in your mind, I want you to just think of somewhere really happy. Even if it's somewhere you've never been before, just let the place that feels happy to you wash into your mind. Notice if there is a smell affiliated with this happy place. And then notice one color in that space. Notice if you think that color has a frequency or a vibration. If you look at it for so long, do you hear a humming coming off of it? It's okay if you don't. I want you to invite that happy place to take up residence in a corner of your mind. And then come back into this moment in the room you're in currently, wiggling fingers and toes, circling ankles and wrists. And eventually coming to a fetal position. Press yourself up to a simple seat. Kind of low energy move, right? You don't have to activate your core, just get there. Inhale your hands to heart center. As we've opened the chest and shoulders today, we've invited our heart to have a little extra space. And a place in me that acknowledges I can always come inward for support, acknowledges that same place in you. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for taking time for your practice, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.